Greetings. Here's a video in the little sensor shop of horrors where I'm going to show the analog output behavior to the different types of ways a target can be present in absence for our T30 ultrasonic sensor. Those watching this who have the A range, you have a 100 millimeter to 1 meter range sensor. This is the exact same sensor family, and it's going to behave the same as your 4 to 20 milliamp sensor. This is just a longer range. It's got 200 millimeters to 2 meters. So my ranges will be a little different, but the behavior is going to be exactly the same. So in this, I'm looking at this T30 ultrasonic. The LEDs right now are telling me something. So green just means, green means I got power. Red means I have signal. What that means is for the entire range of this sensor, which is 200 millimeters to 2 meters, I do have a target within that range that I am recognizing. If the target is a little iffy, like at a bad angle or coming and going, that would flash some, blink as the target is kind of in view, out of view. The yellow, so this has a 200 millimeter to 2 meter range. I can teach a 4 to 20 milliamp window anywhere within that range. So yellow means that not only is the target within range of the sensor, it is also within my taught 4 to 20 milliamp range. So we should be getting some value between 4 and 20 milliamps if the red and the yellow are both on. If red is on and yellow is off, that means that I have a target in range of the sensor, but it's outside of my taught window. So to use the milliamp reading, I'm just going to use my handy dandy digital multimeter. I've got a good metal target here that kind of mimics a pipe. Then I've got a target beyond there that is within the 2 meters of my sensor, going to be outside of my taught window. So the first thing I'm going to do is teach it this window. So let me hold this down for a couple of seconds. This can be done remotely with an input, or it can be done with the buttons here. All right, so my power light went out, so it's looking for my first target, which should be my 4 milliamp range. So I'm going to push and release it. Now that that's blinking, it's looking for the second target. Move this down a little bit. All right, so I've got a red signal, which means that I have a target that I can teach on. I'm going to push and release that one time. So now it just taught that, and now you'll see that my readout went to 19.88 milliamps. And if I bring this back in, we're at 8.82, so I still got a little closer before I hit my 4 milliamp. So while the sensor is in our taught 4 to 20 milliamp window, I get red light, yellow light, and I have a variable reading between 4 and 20 milliamps. So what happens if I have a target that is in range of the sensor, but outside of my window? So if I bring it too close, so there I'm still beyond my 200 millimeter dead zone. I've got a red light, which means that I got a good signal, but the yellow light is off, so it's outside of my output. My milliamps actually dropped below 4 just a little bit. Here it's 3.77. It's not the same as if we have no target, but it just lets us know that we're in range, but we're below our 4 milliamp distance. So you can get confirmation that the sensor or that the target is closer than you expect it to be, or that the target that's in range is not within our measuring window. What happens if I remove the target and I have a good target in the background? So that block of wood is a good target. I'm getting a red light telling me I've got a target. Yellow light's off, so it's outside of the window that I taught it. And my milliamps jumps a little above 20. So now I'm at 20.4 milliamps. So again, that tells me I've got a target in range of my sensor, but it is beyond my 4 to 20 milliamp window that I have set up for the sensor. But I do get some confirmation back from the sensor. Now, what happens if I have a target all the way up on the face? That's probably going to behave, yeah, there you go. Red light is off, yellow light is off. That's telling me that I do not see a recognizable target, decipherable target. And here we're just way too close. Milliamps drop down to 3.57, so my meter might be 0.03 off. So let's see what that looks like in real time. So as soon as I have my target in range, I jump up to 20.4. There's a 2-second delay before we consider no target. There, I just put it in front of the sensor, 1001, 1002. We drop down to 3.6. So 3.6 tells me no target. 3.8-ish tells me target but too close. 4 to 20 tells me target in range. And a little beyond 20 tells me target that's just a little farther than my window. So this would be ice, grease, whatever. What happens if a target is just way too close? Yeah, same kind of thing. We're at 3.6. The target is just too close. So it's probably receiving echoes. It's just, you know, to use a very bad audio analogy, it's just so loud it can't make sense of it. So there you go. Now let me just do one more thing here. Remove my block of wood. So now that should be beyond 2 meters. Same kind of thing. No red, no yellow. 3.57. So hopefully that clears it up a little bit on what to expect from your variable signal in relationship to what the sensor is seeing regarding a target. Thank you.